The elevator doors close. Derek's thumb hovers over his banking app. Lunch break. Fluorescent light buzzing overhead. He taps refresh. The number loads slow, then it lands. $100,412. His stomach drops. Not from fear, from something bigger. He reads it again. 6 figures. His 6 figures. The elevator dings. Doors open. He doesn't move. For 3 years, this number lived in a spreadsheet, in his head, in every no he told himself at restaurants and car dealerships. Now it's real. And in exactly 11 seconds, Derek is going to make a decision that most people never even realize they're making. It's going to cost him 2 years of his life. Here's what nobody tells you about hitting $100,000. It doesn't feel like a milestone. It feels like a finish line. Your brain treats it like a rival, like the hard part's over, like you finally earned the right to breathe out. And that feeling, that exhale, is exactly where most people quietly destroy everything they built. Not with one bad decision, with 100 small ones dressed up as rewards. A nicer car because I've earned it now. A vacation on the card because the savings are handling themselves. A slower month of contributions because what's the rush? I'm already ahead. 18 months later, the number hasn't grown. Sometimes it's shrunk. The finish line feeling was a lie. There was no finish line. There was just a door, and most people walk through it backwards. Derek is 32, logistics coordinator, built his $100,000 the slow way. Automatic transfers, a beat-up Civic he refused to upgrade, 3 years of saying no at happy hour. 2 exits down the highway. Priya just hit the same number 4 months ago. Different job, different apartment, same milestone. But Priya did something different in the 11 seconds after she saw her number. She didn't spend it. She didn't even celebrate it, not really. She opened a second app, not her bank, her brokerage. And she made one move, a boring, unglamorous move that Derek never made. That single move is the entire difference between where these two people will be standing in 5 years. Derek's mistake wasn't spending money. Derek's mistake was believing $100,000 was a reward instead of a machine. $100 grand sitting in a high-yield savings account isn't a trophy. It's raw material. It's the base of a compounding curve that only works if you leave it alone. Here's the part that breaks people's brains. The first $100,000 is mathematically the hardest money you will ever save. Not because saving gets easier later, because compounding starts doing labor you used to do yourself. At $100,000 growing at a conservative 7%, the market hands you roughly $7,000 a year without you lifting a finger. That's money your past self worked 12, 14, 16 months to save by hand. Derek didn't know that. So when he pulled $18,000 out for a truck down payment, he wasn't spending $18,000. He was firing his hardest working employee. Priya's first move was simple. She didn't touch it. Not the whole balance, not even most of it. She drew a line, mentally then literally in a separate account, around the base she'd already built. Money below that line, untouchable, growth engine only. Money she earned after that point, still hers to enjoy, still hers to spend on the things that make life feel good. That single boundary is the difference between a person whose net worth trends up for a decade and a person who touches their base every time life throws a good enough reason at them. A wedding, a layoff, a kitchen renovation. There will always be a good reason. The base doesn't care about reasons. It only cares whether it's still there next year. Derek's contributions slowed down the month he hit 6 figures. He didn't decide that. It just happened. The urgency was gone. Priya did the opposite. The week she crossed $100,000, she raised her automatic contribution by another 2%. Not because she had extra money, because she knew the finish line feeling was coming for her too, and she wanted her bank account to keep moving even after her motivation clocked out. This is the part most people skip. They think discipline is a feeling you maintain. It isn't. Discipline is a system you build once, on a day when you still have willpower, so it can run on the days you don't. Priya's future self never has to decide to save. The decision already happened, months ago. In 11 seconds she barely remembers. Here's the quiet shift nobody talks about. Below $100,000, you are a saver. Above it, if you play it right, you become an investor. Those are two different identities. A saver protects small amounts through effort. An investor lets large amounts protect themselves through time. Derek never made that shift. In his head, he was still the guy squeezing pennies out of a paycheck. So the first time he saw a number that felt big enough, his saver brain declared victory and stopped playing. Priya made the shift on purpose. She stopped asking, "How much can I save this month?" and started asking, "How do I make sure this base never shrinks?" Same amount of money, completely different set of decisions that follow from it. Here's the number that should be taught in every high school in this country. Going from $0 to $100,000 takes most people on average close to 10 years of consistent saving. Going from $100,000 to $200,000, the exact same distance, takes less than half that time. Not because people suddenly start earning more, because compounding is finally pulling its own weight. Derek pulled $18,000 out at month 1. He didn't just lose $18,000. He pushed his $200,000 milestone back by almost 3 years. Priya left hers untouched and automated the rest. Her second $100,000 arrived in 4 years and 2 months. Same starting number, same market. A 5-year gap between them created entirely in 11 seconds neither one thought twice about. 2 years later, Derek sits in the same Civic, because the truck payment made the Civic impossible to sell without a loss. He still checks his balance sometimes. It hovers around $94,000, close enough to the number that started this, far enough that it stings. Priya doesn't check hers as often anymore. She doesn't need to. She built a system that checks itself. Her balance crossed $190,000 last week. She didn't celebrate that one either, because she's already learned the thing Derek is only starting to understand. The moment you hit the number was never the finish line. It was the first time the machine was finally big enough to start working for you. Derek didn't lose his money because he was careless. He lost 2 years of it because for 11 seconds, he mistook a beginning for an ending. Your first $100,000 doesn't ask you to celebrate. It asks you to get out of its way. If you've ever hit a number that felt like it should change everything, hit subscribe and drop a comment telling me what you did in your own 11 seconds. Did you protect it, or did you reward yourself first? Because the difference between Derek and Priya was never how much they earned. It was what they did the moment it started to matter.